What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning back in. So in today's video, I'm super excited about this because I really feel like this is something that everybody needs to have in their arsenal, is a quick 10 to 15 minute routine. Not a lot of steps, not a lot of time. Get your makeup on and get out the door. So let's get into it. So I've already went ahead and prepped Jasmine's skin. So now we're going to go ahead and start with foundation. So use whatever foundation you have available to you. I'm using a liquid foundation, probably about 2 pumps, because we don't want anything to look heavy or overly made up. Your brush is also going to dictate how the foundation looks. And I started in the center of the face. So I'm matching this color, and we can add warmth out here to just make the foundation look more even and blended. So we're just doing a quick 10-minute out the door makeup. You're getting ready to go to work, or you're running errands and you don't want too much on the skin, but just kind of want to even out. This is a good starting point. So I don't have to go in with a bunch of concealer or anything like that. If I needed to add more coverage, I would just go in with a smaller brush and build up this foundation. And this is a medium to buildable formula. So the more I add, the more coverage we'll get. So you can probably see that this is evening her out pretty quick, because we don't want to spend a lot of time doing our makeup in the morning. How does this feel on your skin?
Good, lightweight.
Good. We just kind of get it here. Now I'm going to go in with a cream bronzer, and I'm going to use the same exact brush because her foundation is still on this brush. So I like doing this because this works as an eraser. So if there's too much contrast between the colors, meaning one being really light and one being really dark, this will help blend it in and make it a lot more even. And I'm keeping the bronzer on the outside. And she already has a really pretty sun-kissed complexion. So I'm just enhancing what I already see. If I wanted more coverage, especially in this area, because there's some kind of discoloration happening here, I would probably color correct and then use the foundation. But that you can do, again, if you wanted to play this up for like night, but she's just running the errand. So it's nothing too crazy. And cream bronzers are really good because they blend into the skin. I just love using cream products because they look more like skin. And then what's left on the brush, I go on the nose and back on the chin. So we get one uniform color. Now we're going to go in and set with a powder. I'm using a really big powder brush, and I want to tap in the areas where we want to set. If I were to go in and start doing this, I'm going to move everything that I just put down, and we don't want that. Now I can kind of gauge if we need more product under the eye. Now, when you see me do this, is because I'm blending out the edges, because I don't want to see where the powder stops and just goes into bare skin. So that's when I'll pull out and just start blending outward. And notice where my hand is placed on the brush really far back at the end, because this applies less pressure. The closer I am up here, the more pressure I'm putting on her, which can make her uncomfortable. And I'm pretty sure she'll tell me to stop. So we want to do everything with really light pressure, and then ask, hey, how does that feel? To just kind of measure and gauge. So I'm going to go in with a little concealer under the eye, and this is a liquid concealer as well. So now I'm using a brush that's a little bit smaller. And look at it. And I'm not brightening under her eye. So it's not shades 2 and 3 colors brighter than her. I'm matching what I see and neutralizing any darkness. Now, I know you're probably wondering, like, oh, you just put a powder down. Is that okay? Yep. The more you layer the makeup, the more natural it'll be. And I didn't powder under the eye. I powdered in this area. And now I'm pretty sure you can see the difference with just a little bit of concealer under the eye in comparison to this side. I'm just making this look polished. We're not going for a full beat makeup, because I'm thinking about what it is she's going to be doing for the day. or rather she's thinking about what she's going to be doing for the day. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you suffer from creasing. So what you can do for creasing under the eye, your finger is going to be your best friend. Use your ring finger, and I'm going to tap this in. The reason why I'm using my finger is because my finger is going to absorb any extra, but it'll also warm up the concealer that's already on the skin and place it. If you go in powder under here and you have lines already, when the powder meets those lines, it's going to keep it there. So you need to work the concealer out before you go and set, so it stays even like this. So now I can go back in with the powder with a smaller brush that will fit under here. That's also really, really important because a lot of times people use brushes that don't fit in the crevices of where you're trying to go. So you're using too much product and not hitting the areas that you need to. And again, I'm keeping it right here, almost like a V. And I'm not blending, I'm just pressing. Now her brows already look good, so that would be the next thing that I would go ahead and do. Now I'm blending down. And then that's all set. Quickest way to do your brows is just a clear brow gel. And I'm just combing her brows out and letting them naturally go in the direction in which they grow. If I wanted to fill in, I could use a pencil or a shadow and then just make feathery little strokes, but we want to keep this very simple. Now we can start working on the eye. So we're going to do a little bit of color. And I'm going to start by just using a bronzer on her lid. So close. So the bronzer just worked like a backdrop. Now this bronzer is a powder bronzer. So it is a little bit deeper in color than the cream that I use. And it's just going to give me a silhouette to have that color. So I'm placing and pulling. We don't want to see any harsh lines or any edges. So we want everything diffused. And the focus isn't the bronzer or an eyeshadow, because you can definitely do this with an eyeshadow. I'm just giving the liner a backdrop, something to kind of play off of. You could also do this with a fluffy brush if you want it really, really diffused, but I kind of want to see a little bit of that color up here. And open. So we're going to take the liner, which is a nice plum color, and look down. So I always have people look down versus closing their eyes. So open your eyes, yep, and look at your legs. And just kind of sketch it. Short little strokes. And this can work on any eye shape. Sorry, you got contacts in? Okay. Sorry. Good. Now I'm just gonna go sideways. And I'm just creating like a really diffuse line. Look forward. Look down. So if you don't ever want to do black, you can do browns. This is a deep plum. You can do deep blues, rust colors. It really just depends on what you're comfortable with, because black can be intimidating. And you don't always have to have drama going on. Like I said, the line doesn't have to be perfect. Now we go in with a smudge brush or a pencil brush. So it almost looks like a pencil point. And there's a little bit of color on here, dipped it in the purple, look down. And I'm just gonna smoke out and diffuse this edge. So I'm using the eyeshadow to blend the eyeliner into the bronzer. And you'll see Now I just pop a little bit. Look forward. Don't be trying to get cute now.
I'm already feeling it.
Yeah, it looks good. And diffuse it as much as you want. And that's why it's always good to have a lot of options to choose from. You don't have to have a lot of makeup, but at least have a palette that gives you some range in your color. And look forward. Per se. Now on the other side of the pencil, there was a champagne color. So I'm just going to use this in the tear duct. Look forward. Just to draw attention to the eye without doing a lot. So that's one product that gave me a liner on the top and some color in the center. You could also do that with any type of highlighters that you use out here on the face. You can use it in the tear ducts as well. Now I'm taking that same brush with a color to set this pencil, and I'm just going to press it and blend it. With a little bit of that purple left over on this brush, it blends it into the liner, but also allows this color to read. Now we get into complexion. I'm going to use a cream blush. And I like to just kind of figure out what's going to make her complexion stand out a little bit more. So that to me is the great way to pick out blushes. What makes your skin glow without making your skin look like it has color. So I'm using this color right here with a synthetic brush. I'm just tapping it. Going into the palette. I'm going to always do it with a smile because I want the color to be on the apple of the cheek. So smile. And I just tap. And this color won't clash or battle with the eye because these are complementing colors for her complexion. Cream blushes also make the skin look hydrated. So again, if we were going for like a no makeup look, that's a quick way for her skin to look hydrated and have a little bit of color. And then again with the finger, turn this way. If I start to see edges that I don't like, I just kind of go in and tap. So it's all about working the product into the skin. Because we don't want product to sit on top of the skin. We want it to look like this is her natural color. Turn forward. This way. Smile again. So when we talk about healthy glow, keep your blush right on the apple of the cheek and then just start to work it backwards. Those little tapping motions. A trick I like to do, if you have a really loud blush, put the blush on first and put your foundation over it. Because then it goes on like a tint. Over it. Now we're going to go in and do the lip. Matte Classic Chestnut, as you can see. I use this a lot because it is such a universal color pretty much for everybody. It's just like a really true, nice brown. It has a little bit of depth to it, so it's a little bit more on the warmer side. Meaning this is a brown that looks a little bit more red. I start here. And when I get to the corner, go ah. I take the liner sideways here and start to pull. So for those that might struggle with symmetry, this is a good way for you to get your shape right. So I'm not overdrawing her lip. I'm not trying to make her lip smaller. I'm following her natural lip shape. And go ah again. And do the same thing on the other side. Until the lines connect. Forward. Then we're going to just finish this off with a gloss, blend it into this lip liner. Now the gloss has a little bit more of a punch to it, more of a raspberry color. It blends right into that brown. And black. I'm just going to set close. And then just give that a second to absorb in the skin. A trick I like to do with setting spray is to go back over it with the powder brush that you used and just kind of stamp it into the powder. So if you feel like your skin is looking too powdered, this is a way to kind of break the powder up without breaking up the makeup. Mm-hmm. And it won't separate and it'll stay put. And this is your 10-minute makeup.